too often higher handicappers out in the golfing world think that their hips and their shoulders need to turn laterally throughout the golf swing. It's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, and today I'm going to explain why it should be a different way and then how you can make that happen. So trying to turn horizontally in the golf swing is one of the biggest detriments that higher handicappers usually make, because they have a perception that they need to turn level. That means with their shoulders and or their hips. If there's an issue with that, it's that your shoulders and your hips are not set up level to begin with. They're set up in a tilted plane. And what I mean by that is this standing erect and perfectly straight up and down would be if you were in a level plane. But because your spine goes forward in a tilted plane, the angle of your hips is now set at an angle and no longer at horizontal, as is the angle of your shoulders in relationship to your spine. So you would ideally, you would have a 90-degree line from your spine, which would be the orange stick, to your shoulder and your hip. Now, your hips and your shoulders turn horizontally amongst themselves, but they turn at a tilted plane in relationship to the ground and or video. Now what that means is, as my spine is tilted, you notice that this is still a 90-degree angle, and my hips will turn in that angle, i.e. horizontal amongst themselves. But throughout the swing, if you look this way, and I'm in a tilted plane, and I make that so-called horizontal turn, my right hip is now higher than my left hip. Okay, so if I were to straighten up, those would be level. If I go back into a tilt, you notice that this side of the stick is lower than this side. The same thing happens with my shoulders. If I were to make a turn, my shoulders remain level. If I have somewhat of a bend with my spine forward and I make the same turn, the same pivot, you notice that the left side goes lower than the right side. Conversely, as I make my transition, the left side stays lower in both the hips and the shoulders. So you're staying lower. It comes back to level as everything equals out, and then on the forward swing, as it unwinds, the lead hip goes up and to the left, and the trail hip goes down and makes a follow. So you'll notice that the trail side, both the hips and the shoulders, are both lower than the lead side. Okay, so the reasoning is you swing in a tilted plane. You do not swing in a horizontal plane. Here's horizontal, here's tilted. You make the same move. Lead side is lower, trail side is higher in both the hips and the shoulders. So if you're trying to swing in a horizontal plane, you're going to do your golf game and your body a lot of harm. Hey everybody, thank you for watching another one of our videos. We hope you picked up something that's beneficial to your game. If you tried what we just gave you today, love to hear about it. Post it in the comments below. Don't forget to click subscribe. We'd love to have you as a follower. You can also hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under The Golf Paradigm. And don't forget to follow the hottest podcast in golf, our podcast called Golf 360. If you'd like to subscribe or watch some more of our videos, you can do so right over here.